Good evening, and welcome to the 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and in this installment of Must Watch, we're looking at movies, shows, podcasts, and more that defined pop culture in February 2025.
But you look incredible.
You look incredible.
Number 10, Cobra Kai Season 6, Part 3. We were admittedly frustrated when Netflix decided to release the final season of Cobra Kai in 3 parts, spreading 15 episodes out over several months.
The kids are really struggling with this tournament being ripped away. So close to the end.
I know, but we need to move on. There's no other choice.
This worked out surprisingly well, though, as each batch of episodes felt distinct. Act 1 was the calm before the storm. Act 2 was the storm. These final 5 episodes are a comeback story.
I loved you, man. I idolized you. Every good thing about myself, strength, confidence, karate, you taught me.
Which seems appropriate for this franchise. The showrunners felt the pressure of not only having to resolve 6 seasons of character development, but living up to a legacy stretching back 40 years.
You wanted me to be your sensei, right? Well, a sensei knows when his student is off. So does a friend.
With emotionally driven fight scenes and satisfying arcs for every major character, the ending delivered everything a fan could want other than a Jackie Chan cameo. Your time will come, Karate Kid legends.
You knew Mr. Miyagi?
I did not come looking for Sensei Miyagi. I came looking for you.
Number 9, Carmen Christopher, live from the Windy City. You might recognize Carmen Christopher from shows like The Bear and English Teacher. This comic may be on the verge of a significant breakthrough with his stand-up special, which is available on YouTube.
What's up, Chicago? Do you guys think there's anything more cringe than trying to have a successful career?
Christopher isn't afraid to make edgy comments, but don't worry, he comes prepared with multiple handwritten apologies, insisting he's a good guy.
I'm continuing to learn, listen, and read book. But please don't cancel me because I need a career to feed my ego.
In addition to taking inspiration from his personal life, Christopher provides sharp commentary on shows like Euphoria and movies like Megan. Whether he's bringing volunteers on stage to read a script or showcasing his surprising tongue-clicking talent, you never know where the special will take the audience, capturing the impulsive nature of the Windy City. We think Christopher is ready to host SNL, if they let him.
I should at least be allowed to host once. Alec Baldwin hosted 18 times and he killed the person.
Number 8, Win or Lose. The release of this Pixar streaming series has sadly been overshadowed by Disney's controversial choice to erase a transgender storyline. It's a step backward for Disney, but Pixar has otherwise hit a home run with the first few episodes.
I got this. I got this.
Calling Turning Red and Inside Out to mind, the baseball-centric series gets inside the characters' heads, exploring their anxieties with clever visuals.
Can I just copy your answers on the homework? I cannot fail this class.
While that sounds familiar, Win or Lose distinguishes itself by not just focusing on the kids, but the adults as well.
Rochelle, your daughter cheated on a test.
My Rochelle? Oh, no. I'll call you back.
The Rashomon approach also presents the big game from a unique perspective, although the final score isn't what matters. As the title suggests, whether you win or lose, it's about how you play. And this show is definitely a good sport.
Just relax and let the game come to you.
You got it, Dad.
Number 7, Maitland Ward meets World. Pod meets World.
You're trying to go at me now to get the ratings because you know that people will be interested in
Maitland.
With the Boy Meets World podcast entering the nostalgic sitcom's 6th season, Danielle Fishel, Ryder Strong, and Will Friedle recorded an episode with former co-star Maitland Ward.
Doesn't make any sense, does it?
I think you did a wonderful job, and I support you.
Since Ward joined the cast that season as Rachel McGuire, this seemed like a fitting time to bring her on. Ward had a bone to pick, though, claiming that Fishel refused to speak with her when she dropped by the Girl Meets World set.
Okay, I wouldn't speak to you?
No.
I did talk to you.
No, not really. Not really.
This wasn't the first time Ward felt snubbed, believing Fishel hated her. She also brought up the rift between the hosts and star Ben Savage, as well as creator Michael Jacobs. The hosts assured Ward there was no hate, but this was the most heated we'd seen the cast since that season 7 two-parter.
Why haven't you and I spoken in 7 years?
Number 6. Apple Cider Vinegar. Did you binge watch The Dropout? Well, here's another streaming miniseries based on a true story about an ambitious female entrepreneur who seemed like she might change the health world when in reality, she was a fraud who fooled everyone before her empire inevitably came crashing down under the weight of deceit.
I mean, I could do like 50 personality quizzes right now, and I am an empath every time.
Funny/unsettling how that's become a subgenre. The rise and fall of Belle Gibson is at times infuriating, yet always fascinating.
It's been a rocky few years being a person in the world.
Netflix's dramatization strikes the ideal tone with something devious lurking under the rose-colored aesthetic. Caitlin Dever also deserves to be in the Emmy conversation for her performance as a young woman whose lies become second nature to her.
No, I've been really transparent.
Of course, when it's a lie everyone wants to believe, it's easier to swallow.
It's love that powers me, transforms me, sustains me, all of us. If we're brave enough to let it.
Number 5. Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy. It's been more than 2 decades since cinemagoers were introduced to Bridget Jones, marking a turning point in Renee Zellweger's career.
Oi! Oi! Sorry, the mic's not working.
We honestly weren't expecting a 4th film after all this time, although the real surprise is just how good Mad About the Boy turned out.
Having fun?
Yes, it was really fun.
Bridget is still Bridget, but that doesn't mean she's the same 32-year-old we met in 2001. Now, she's a mother, a widow, and a middle-aged woman ready for her next chapter. This opens the series to more mature themes, allowing the protagonist to grow with her audience.
Dearest darling Mark, it's your birthday on Sunday, and I'm just no good at doing this on my own.
It's not only one of the most well-received entries in this film franchise, Mad About the Boy may be an improvement over the 2013 novel that inspired it.
People talk about moving on like it means, leaving something behind, leaving someone you love behind. But perhaps it's more that suddenly you see you can live at the same time as all the things you've lost, and that you can be happy even without them.
Number 4. Invincible Season 3. Fans definitely felt the passage of time between Seasons 1 and 2 of the superhero series. Thankfully, the wait for Season 3 was much shorter, and Amazon did not break it up into multiple parts.
I did it! I win! I win!
That's the second time you celebrated too soon.
Best of all, Season 3 has been among the show's best thanks to Mark's shifting dynamics with those closest to him. Adam Eve has gone from friend to girlfriend, while Cecil has progressed from an ally nobody can trust to an enemy who's always one step ahead.
Mark, I don't want to hurt you. I'm not the one who's gonna get hurt.
Even more unpredictable than Cecil is Mark's younger brother Oliver, who will put nature versus nurture to the test. The physical stakes match the psychological ones, as Mark continues to confront the hard-hitting reality of being a hero, which isn't black and white.
Where would I be without you?
Probably still looking for Mount Rushmore.
Sounds about right.
Number 3. Heart Eyes. We're only about 2 months in, but we already have a few contenders for 2025's most memorable horror movies. The Monkey had one of the strongest openings ever for Neon. Since February was the month of love, we're carving out a special place for Heart Eyes.
For the past 2 years, a masked maniac known as the Heart Eyes Killer has stalked,
hunted,
and brutally slain couples on Valentine's Day.
While films have mixed horror and romance before, Heart Eyes comes the closest to achieving a 50-50 split. Director Josh Rubin embraces the classic rom-com tropes with stars Olivia Holt and Mason Gooding making for a lovable pair.
Hey, you good?
Yeah. When Heart Eyes wants to be a slasher, though, it puts the bloody in Bloody Valentine. For couples who adore a good horror flick with a satirical edge, Heart Eyes is a date movie that may become an annual tradition.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy V-Day!
Don't get killed, all right?
What was...
Why would he say that?
Number 2. The White Lotus Season 3. The scenery has changed again, this time taking us to the ravishing backdrop of Thailand.
I grew up in Hawaii. It's actually really similar.
Except there's no monkeys in Hawaii.
The cast is also different, save a couple of familiar faces like Natasha Rothwell's Belinda.
I think the universe knew I needed something.
No matter the locale or guest list, there's no such thing as a peaceful stay at the White Lotus. There's bound to be baggage involving struggling marriages, gossip behind everybody's back, and at least one person dying. Yet we'd still totally visit a White Lotus resort if the brand was real and we had a ridiculous amount of money.
This store here has some really cute stuff. Do you want to come with me?
Yeah.
For the sake of our wallets and general well-being, we're probably better off just watching the exploits of the All-Star Ensemble, which welcomes Carrie Coon, Walton Goggins, Jason Isaacs, and too many others to list here.
Wait, do you remember meeting me? Yeah, your hair was different, right?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Saturday Night Live 50th Anniversary Special. Whether you were there for the OG Not Ready for Primetime Players or you're growing up with the current cast, it's hard to think of a show more generational than SNL.
I'm Steve Martin, Saturday Night Live's newest diversity hire.
From the highs to the lows, we've looked to the sketch comedy series for 5 decades to shine the spotlight on emerging talent, comment on current events, and allow us to digest the past week with a good laugh.
SNL's first major cast change was in season 2, when Chevy Chase left the show and was replaced by Kenan Thompson.
SNL 50 epitomized why the show still matters, highlighting the careers it launched and the sketches that immortalized them in the comedy scene. While YouTube has changed how many absorb the show, SNL 50 was an event fans needed to experience live, keeping the tradition going.
50 years of your sketch killing at read-through, and finding out they didn't pick it because the host didn't want to take off his shirt.
Also, was this seriously Meryl Streep's first time on SNL?
Yeah, but my pants got snagged on a piece of metal, so they're gone. And then, as for underwear-wise, you know, this devil wears nada.
What did you watch this past month? Did we forget anything? Let us know in the comments.
Good night and God bless.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.